What is a Rancor? Is it the terrifying creature that almost ate Luke Skywalker? Or is it Boba Fett's beloved pet? Join me today. We will discover the answers. The Rancor. That is what I said we'd talk about. Rancors are emotionally complex creatures. They bond with the first human being they see. That is what we learn in Boba Fett, Episode 3. These terrifying beasts are not so bad once you get to know them. A lot of times, Rancors are captured and used for fighting, or, as in Jabba's case, he keeps one under his palace. Kept one under his palace, as Jabba and that Rancor are both dead at the hands of Luke Skywalker and his twin sister Leia. We saw in that scene where Luke Skywalker killed the Rancor that the Rancor keeper was very upset that his Rancor is dead. It showed the Rancor wasn't just another creature, that they emotionally bond with their owners, and that the Rancor keeper was actually in charge of the Rancor, and Jabba was not. Only person Jabba was in charge of was the Rancor keeper, and he kept the Rancor in line. Boba Fett, however, decided to bond with his Rancor and not let his Rancor keeper do that. And therefore, he was in charge of the Rancor. Well, sort of. The Rancor would still kind of do whatever it wanted, but it would listen to Boba. We see a younger Rancor in the Bad Batch for the Clone Force 99. They were hired by Sid to rescue Muchi, a teenager Rancor on Ord Mantell, though they were not informed that she was a Rancor. Muchi was released by Omega in order to help the squad and some slaves escape from a group of Nigerian slavers. Echo expressed surprise upon discovering that Muchi was the Rancor, not one of the slaves. When they were designing the Rancor, George Lucas originally wanted it to be an actor inside of a suit, but nobody was happy with the results, so they changed it down to a rod-operated puppet, where they filmed it with a high-speed camera to slow its movements and give the illusion of a much larger creature. The Night Sisters of Dathomir used to ride the Rancors, as we learn in Boba Fett Episode 3, and if you read some old comic books, they also depict them riding, and Rancors being ridden there. The Rancor are native to both Dathomir and Felucia. There are several different subspecies of Rancor. A subspecies known as the Jungle Rancor populated the planet Felucia. Rage Rancors were taller and had an even nastier temperament than the average Rancor. Shadow Rancors were notorious for their penchant for destruction, gaining their name from their black skin. The proper term for a group of Rancors in Galactic Basic Standard was a crash of Rancors, kind of like a crash of rhinoceros. But Rancors are a whole lot easier to not get mauled by than rhinoceroses. The Rancor have very thick hides that can withstand blaster fire. They are over 5 meters tall and have deceptively long arms. Yet we see the Rancor that Boba Fett rides taking advantage of in Episode 7, In Search of Honor, when he uses them to grab the Scorpion Annihilator droids I talked about in my last video and rip them apart. Rancors respond to a social hierarchy where Alpha was dominant over other Rancors unless defeated, which meant if you were able to beat the Alpha Rancor of a group of them, or a crash, then you were in charge of the entire crash of Rancors. Rancors were often bred for fighting. However, when domesticated, they could be very loving to their owners, like what happened with Boba Fett and the Rancor Keeper in Return of the Jedi. When the Fromprath came to Dathomir, they were exploiting the planet and using its natural resources and starting to destroy the planet. That is when the Rancors and the Witches of Dathomir decided to form a symbiotic relationship to get rid of the Frompath. The Frompath were a sentient snake-like species hundreds of years before 3BI. They were forced off of Dathomir by the Rancors and the Night Sisters. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like today's video about Rancors. Let me know down in the comments what you want to see another video about. And remember, this is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.